Hello everybody. In this awakening video, I'm going to help you understand one tip that can change your life. Only one tip in this video. But it's a big tip. It's a tip that decides who you are going to be in the world. It's called differentiation, individualization, detachment. You see, so often we let other people define our own value, or we don't define our value based on who we really are. We define our value based on what our brain's doing. Is our brain saying we're good? Is the limbic, the emotional part of our brain, really overactive or underactive in a frozen state? And so often our brain chemistry and external views about who we are, whether we're succeeding in the moment or not on our project, whether our relationship is going well, whether we feel good about how we look that day, all those things can define your value, can influence your state of being, can influence the joy and peace and connectedness that you live from. So understanding how to differentiate from the emotions, how to individualize from others' opinions about yourself, and really connect in to your true self. Am I in my true self, or am I in my dysregulated false self? Is somebody else defining my value, affecting my state of being, or am I defining my value for the world? And then the hardest part about differentiation and individualization and being detached is really knowing who you're being detached from. For instance, who are you really? And we talk a lot about this in these videos, but really understanding a little bit more every year who you are really, who is that spiritual wholeness of your true self that defines your value. Who are you from a whole spiritual core being perspective versus the false self reality. So you have to learn how to be defined by your true self and differentiate, individualize, and detach from the feelings and the emotions and the false self. That way you can fulfill what I teach in spiritual law number 1 is your sense of self creates your reality. If you're linked to the negative emotions or feelings that you are experiencing in the moment, it's going to lower your sense of self unless you're detached, differentiated, and individualized. So here's a wonderful little energy exercise you can do to help yourself detach and individualize from the negative feelings and emotions and other people's opinions of yourself. And I just want to be clear, that doesn't mean you assess whether you have to learn something or whether you made a mistake. But if you assess whether you made a mistake from a point of wholeness, from a kindness, or as I say, being kind to your human, then you can actually move forward quicker, learn the mistake, get the wisdom, and transform and own more of your wholeness so you're more able to detach, differentiate, and individualize. Okay, here's some tips on how to do that. One of the easiest ways to start beginning to individualize, detach, and differentiate is to watch a scary movie. Watch an action filler. I don't personally watch horror movies, but something like Mission Impossible 2 or Hunger Games, and watch it from a place of calm within you. Watch where you go reactive and where your emotions come up and you let those emotions define you. Yeah. It's one of the exercises I teach in my online class, The Secret Code, 14 modules to self-mastery. So yeah, if you want to learn more about differentiation, detachment, individualization, practice this exercise, but also check out my online class. Sending you love and blessings along the way. Aho.